Hey, this is Kevin with All Star, and today we want to go over troubleshooting power wheelchairs and mobility scooters. We get a lot of phone calls from different customers that have bought scooters from us and people that haven't, just not really understanding maybe what's going on with their scooters. A lot of times it's family that is trying to help with the solution, and they just don't understand how the power wheelchairs or scooters work. So today I've got a couple scooters out here. We just want to show you a couple things to help on an easy troubleshoot. I'm going to have our Trent come around here and take a look at the back side of these. We have a lot of ways to disengage the motors. So what I mean by that is these chairs can actually be pushed if you raise the button up, and they can be pushed around. But when the motor's engaged, you can't push them. And that's just a simple thing that if maybe the power ran out or you had to move it real quick, you disengage the motor and you can adjust it, somewhere in the house where you need to. Where, having it engaged, you do have to have the motor on and have everything turned on. A lot of people don't realize that. This is a way to disengage motors and engage them. Here's a different lever back here that you might be able to see. This goes up and down. This one goes forward. These go up and down. And then there's even this one right here that you can see goes up and down. So they're usually somewhere on all the power chairs, there's a way to disengage the motor to make it where you can manually push these. You actually, on this one, you have to do it on both sides because there's two motors. And so now I can manually push this power chair wherever I might need to if I'm just trying to get it out of the way. I don't want to drive it, or maybe the battery's dead or something of that nature. So just a quick little way to troubleshoot that really comes in handy. The other thing is on the power chairs, they have a joystick. And sometimes the joystick, which runs a wire down to the motor, can be disengaged. And if that's not plugged in, you're not going to get juice, and you're not going to get this. This will turn on now, but you can see when I disengage it, the light turns off. So again, just little ways to pay attention to look for troubleshooting issues that you may or may not have. Sometimes it's as simple as looking at the batteries underneath the power chairs. These things have little frames that you can pull off and make sure the connectors are connected to the batteries. Those are the things before you have a service call or have somebody come out to your house. These are things that maybe you or your family can do to double check this and save you a little bit of money, especially around the holidays. Everybody's trying to save a few dollars. The other thing, I've got this one right here that's plugged in. This is something we get a lot. So your charger is actually running up and it's being plugged in at the moment. Okay, people will turn this on and the chair will not go. Okay, power's on, everything's on, but I can't get it to go. So I take and I unplug it. Still not gonna go. I have to take this key, turn it off, turn it back on, and then I can get the chair to move. But people see the lights, they had it plugged in, they tried to move it, and they turned it on while it was charging. It will not work. So it's a little thing that a lot of people do. They don't realize. They say it's messed up, it's not working, something of that nature. That's things I like to tell people because we try to help everybody over the phone without having to come out and do a service call. And so hopefully this video is going to help a little bit of that. I want to show you the system here. This also indicates showing the battery life. Some of these systems have either a rolling battery life or a beep. And what I mean by that is these chairs will beep. And when they beep, say they'll beep 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'll pause. Well, 4 beeps actually is an indicator to tell us what's going on with the chair. So if you listen for how many times a chair beeps, or in some cases they actually roll, like on the battery here, they'll roll back and forth 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they will actually stop. That means it's blinking 4 times or it's blinking 6 times, and it can be little things that are literally the motor's disengaged, the charger's plugged in. It can also be an indicator that there's a right motor issue or there's a joystick issue. But if you know that when you call in, it makes the service call and us being able to help you that much easier. So again, hoping this video really comes in handy. I also like to show this one power chair, since these are so popular. A lot of people don't realize that if you don't put this in properly and it sits here, it's not plugged in. You have to push it in. Same thing goes for the batteries underneath the seats here. If I just sit it there, it's not in. I have to push this down and make sure that it's plugged in. So again, little troubleshooting that hopefully helps people look for things. Some of them also have reset buttons down here on these battery packs. You can push them if they're popped out. You can push them back in and it will reset it. A lot of times that's where if you've got where you jolted over a threshold and hit something real hard, it will it'll kick the system out basically. And so this is a quick way to, again, troubleshoot, look for that reset button, little things like that. So I hope this video helps. If you ever have questions, you can always give us a call here at All Star Medical. Our number is 615-730-9438. Call us. Make sure you know the make and model of the unit you're dealing with. That's very important, because if I don't have a make or model, and if you've got serial number, that really does help. For instance, I'm going to kind of walk through this is a drive. This is a drive. But, you know, this is a Spitfire. And this is a Scout. This is a Drive Phoenix. This is a Golden GP162. And then this is a Jazzy Select 6. So little things like this really do factor in. Like Jazzy makes, over the years, it probably made 50 different chairs. If I know the make and model, I know what type of controller goes on it, I know what type of batteries go in it, and it can just make everything that much easier by knowing the exact make and model. And the best way is having the serial number. So again, feel free to call us anytime, 615-730-9438. We're located here in Hermitage, Tennessee. We also have a location in Franklin. We'd be glad to help. You can look up some of these questions and some of the chairs online at allstarmedicalllc.com. Thank you.